And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with odds maker Keith Fustel as we kick off the premier fall meet here at Laurel Park, and a picturesque, beautiful day here to kick it off here for the three-day race weekend. Glad you're with us. A big fall season. This is like our Preakness season here at Laurel, the world-class turf course. That's going to shine. We have 5 races on the turf today, 7 on the turf tomorrow, and Sunday 2 stake races tomorrow. Big fall meet here. This is the big season here at Laurel Park.
We got thrown right to the wolves, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Yeah, big card, 12 races on tap tomorrow, a couple stakes. Sunday's card is a nice card looking on top of that. But, first and foremost, everybody out there watching, the people in Florida, I know Gulfstream Park, our prayers are with you, man. Just get through everything safe.
Yeah, our whole team's down there. Dave Joseph, Tim Ritrow, Mike Petro's down there. So Acacia Courtney, she's going to be up here for Fall Festival Racing next weekend. So we hope everybody down there, our sister track at Gulfstream, and everybody in Florida. A lot of horse people down there in Florida. We hope everybody is okay down there. But things are going pretty well up here. The handle for the summer meet up 25%. So the handle's been up every single meet this year here at Laurel Park, and it's been up pretty strong. 25% increase for the summer. That's the average was a little over 2.7 million a day, and with the big meet coming up here this fall, we have a shot, I think, to average around 3 million a day maybe.
I think that's well within, possibility here. I think we're going to break some records along the way this fall. If this weather, cooperates, this turf course is as good as it gets. I think we're going to have great fields, great betting opportunities, and you're going to see that handle just kind of creep on up.
All right, let's show you what we have in store for you here for the fall meet. It's a 60-day stand starting today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. First race post time 1:10. We'll go to 4 days a week starting in October. We're going to have the Chaladon and the Shine Again stakes tomorrow. 44 stakes here for the whole fall, almost 4.5 million. We'll have 6 Super Saturdays starting next Saturday when we have 7 stake races for you next Saturday on Fall Festival Racing. We'll have the Maryland Million in October, a Ben's Cat Tribute in November, a bunch of big days. And next Saturday is the first big day, the DeFrancis Dash on the dirt presented by XpressBet, and then 6 turf stakes on our world-class turf course.
It's going to be a great card.
Big card, and the DeFrancis Dash, that's a grade 3. And let's show you what's going on here this weekend. It's 105.7 Baltimore Game Day Uncensored. That's Sunday Sports Bar at Laurel Park. Also, we have the football pick'em. Check this out here, Keith. Where's the pick? What do I do with the pick'em? Here we go. $3,000 football pick'em contest. You can start on this today.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're trying to do. I mean, get some people in here that we've talked about all the improvements. Let's combine a little bit of the football, get some of those bettors, some of their money kind of floating into our pools to send them skyrocketing. I like the little enticement there. I love the football pick 'em. Like football season. Do a little fantasy football myself, and I've been known to play a couple games here and there.
All right, the sports bar was very popular last season during football season. We'll have the contest and also the NFL Sunday ticket up there every game, every Sunday. Let's get right to the action this weekend. We have 2 stake races tomorrow. The Chaladon, 7 sprinters in there going 7 furlongs for $75,000. The Shine Again, nice job by the racing office. 13 filly and mares for $75,000 going 7/8 in the Chaladon. Big field.
That race is wide open. We talked about Jerkins. He's got the tepid morning line favorite at 3-1. I was between that horse and Line of Best Fit for Kieran McGee, but we talked earlier. Bombshell. A little bit of a price, maybe laying in there 10, 12-1 odds for Jerkins. But Line of Best Fit, interesting. That horse coming back quickly, just ran at Timonium last weekend. A good race, bang-up race, just missed at the wire. 7 furlongs with some speed in front of her. She's going to get a good trip tomorrow.
Bombshell, that's my long shot of the day tomorrow in the Shine Again. My best bet of the day tomorrow is in the Chaladon. A Fleet Willie is going to be very tough for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. He gets the leading rider for the summer meet, Victor Carrasco, aboard. So I like a Fleet Willie. However, there's a Maryland bred, a 4-year-old Maryland bred trained by Mike Trombetta. It's the journey. He's won his last 3 in a row, including a very impressive win last out against 2 other than Allowance Company.
Yeah, he's very tactical. He's figured it all out over the last 3 or 4 starts. He's got that push-button type of move stand around the turn. 7 furlongs, the extra furlong. Is he going to be able to sustain against the likes of Fleet Willie? We know he's proven. He's run against some bang-up sprinters, grade 3 sprinters. It's the journey, though. He can't be doing any better than he is right now for Mike Trombetta. Done a great job with him.
We caught up with Trombetta yesterday morning here at Laurel Park, talking about his 4-year-old, It's the Journey, who's won 3 in a row.
He's trained very good, and he seems to have an affinity for this track right now, and he's doing things really well. So kind of looking forward to running him. We liked him early on. Then he had gotten injured, and he got sidetracked, and it took a while to find his form again, but he's kind of heading in the right direction.
All right, so Trombetta, always one of our top trainers here. He's based here at Laurel Park and up at Fair Hill. And this is a 4-year-old by Mineshaft, a homebred for Larry Johnson.
Yeah, it's good to see. Larry Johnson puts a lot into the game.
Yep.
It's good. Some's giving it back. It's the journey. He's going to give him some more back tomorrow, I'm sure.
So we have a big 12 race, 9 races today, 12 live races tomorrow, 11 live races on Sunday, and a bunch of races on the world-class turf course. We're on the bowl game turf course with the rail at 17 feet, and also the Exceller turf course today with the rail at 70 feet. There you see the picturesque conditions here, and they did some work on the dirt track over the Timonium meet, so we have a freshly redone dirt track here along with the great turf course.
Yeah, I mean, the track has always been nice there. The turf course, the guys have done a great job. It'd be interesting to see if there's any real changes with the course. We'll you know, as the races go along, we'll figure it out. But it's been a pretty fair. You know, last November, December, January had kind of a wider bias,
right.
But you know, things have subsided a little bit. We'll just see how this new course takes shape.
All right, in the 70s, fast and firm. Let's get right to it here in the opener. Race 1 will be the first of 5 turf races, and race 1 will kick off that rolling super high 5. Every race with 7 or more horses, low 15% takeout on the super high 5. Also, race 1 will kick off the early pick 5. Both pick 5s here at Laurel Park, the early and late, your best bets with that industry low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout always on the early pick 5 starting in the opener. We both like the late pick 5 today.
Yes.
That starts in race 5. Let's take a look here. Race 1 going a mile and a 16th on the bowl game turf course, rail at 17 feet. 3 and up, claiming open 7,500 here. We have a video spotlight on Soup to Coop, the 9-year-old Maryland bred by the Benders, trained by Kieran McGee. Now here's Soup to Coop, August 11th at Laurel Park against open 15,000 claimers, and he comes with his traditional late rally, comes 4 wide. He's going to get up for 3rd behind Boca Scuttlebutt and Texas Zip here in this race. Only beaten a half length at about 18-1 here. Now he drops down to the open 75 today. Soup to Coop, a nice 9-year-old. He's won 4 times on the grass here at Laurel Park. He's made over $250,000. Kieran McGee just missed being leading trainer here this summer meet behind Claudio Gonzalez, but he got the money. He was the leading trainer at Timonium. Yeah. So Soup to Coop in a strong barn. Very good turf rider here. Alex Centron aboard today.
Okay, that's your top selection. It's just been a long time for him to get to the winner's circle. He's a horse that just kind of runs to his competition, to kind of wherever you put him. He's right around the mix. Hasn't been able to get over the top in some time. They get you started with a really tough race here in our return to racing at Laurel Park. Wide open affair. I had a tricky time with the line. Wicked Heat comes in for trainer Tim Kreiser. He's had some very good success over the last couple of years with turf runners in Maryland. But my question for Wicked Heat is that last little bit, mile and 70, he loves up at Penn National. That last little bit, the last 30, 40 yards, what's he going to do? I think he's tactical enough, going to make a nice move. I'm going to come back to Svindal. I chased Svindal last time, Stan, over a yielding course, August 20th. No run whatsoever, ease. I'm hoping this course is a little bit firmer this afternoon because he was heading in the right direction. You see him beat Odlum, who came back to win that day, wired the field. I think Svindal is tactical enough to maybe take aim over Love to Prospects, get the first run on the closers.
The horse was in very good form at Delaware for Hugh McMahon. He gets his hot jockey, Katie Davis. They bat about 30% together. I overlook Svindal. We'll see if that Delaware, he can get back to that Delaware form here today. We both like the 6, Wicked Heat. I throw the 2 into the mix as well here out of the fire. Victor Carrasco aboard this 8-year-old for trainer Willie Dowling. A nice win last out coming from off the pace at 12-1 against open 7,500 company. Carrasco is aboard for that win. Right back aboard today. Should get a nice ground-saving trip from the inside.
Absolutely. He'll stay a fair price. They really don't bet this horse. He just chugs along through the stretch, makes a good grinding run. He's going to be a factor. Like, if you're looking for a bomb shot, maybe the 5-horse Love to Prospect for trainer Billy Campbell. We saw this move going way back. Ran a 36 mile on the dirt, comes back, just misses. Just got beat at the wire at 26-1. You're going to get a square price today. Not a lot of speed in here. I think this horse does set sail at a big price.
All right, get the nice light weight assignment at 109 with the 7-pound bug boy Carlos Carrasco aboard the 5. Love the Prospect. So a nice turf route to kick off the early pick 5 today. We have 3 pick 4s. Remember back in the day they only had 1 pick 4? They called me P4. I'd play it all the time. You like the pick 4. You always do well at it. And now we liked it so much. Now we have 3 pick 4s. So early pick 4 starts starting in the second race. Middle pick 4 starts today in race 4, and then the late pick 4 starts in race 6 today. Let's take a look here at the second race, going 5 furlongs, maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies, and I go with the first-time starter from the Trombetta barn, our Larry Johnson, homebred here by a 2-year-old filly by Spring at Last. The dam, she didn't run. However, the second dam made about $80,000. This is the dam's first foal. Trombetta with a positive ROI with his debut runners. A bunch of nice works up there at Fair Hill, including a nice 5 furlong workout back on August 19th at Fair Hill. Trombetta gets his main man, Pimentel, here aboard. My top pick, the 3, A Star at Last.
Yeah, Star at Last. I'm going to use her into the mix, no doubt. Trombetta, 2 for 13 with maiden claiming first-time starters on the dirt over the last couple of years. 5 for 13 in the money. I think she's going to be a factor. Second dam was very, very quick. Star Kell. My top selections, I think Fannie Bell Fleming, even with the rail, I think she comes out of a really good race. Winning buyer that day by Margie's Money, whistled, was a 65, and this horse showed really good late life. You can't really see it in the running line. Looks like she only closed about 4 lengths the last eighth of a mile. She kept on well through the stretch, to the wire and through the wire. I think that little bit of an experience is going to be good enough. Some questionable speed types in front of her. I think she runs them down.
All right, it could be a big day for Freedom Child today. He has this filly in, and that nice Salzman filly in the allowance race coming up later on today. But I like the one a little bit. I'm just a little concerned about the inside post here, but a big drop from the maiden special weight to maiden 25 today. The 6 I throw into the mix here, right up your alley. First-time starter from the Mary Epler barn by Discreet Cat gets Alex Cintron aboard. Was some nice half-mile works, and then she put some stamina into the horse with some 5 furlong works recently at Pimlico. I like the outside post here on the 6, right up your alley. Gets Lasix in debut.
Yeah, kind of a guessing game. I think outside of the favorite, I think the one will end up the favorite unless one of these firsters is really talked about and all the money comes flowing in. But even the 5, Gary Cap, I know he doesn't do it great with first-time starter with 2-year-olds. A nice, long, steady line of workouts. Kindus, a horse that won 3 times going longer on the dirt. Majestic Warrior hits about 16% with the 2-year-old first-time starters. You have to look at that one. Even the 7, Carla Morgan, hits at a really good ROI over her career with 2-year-old firsters in the maiden claiming category.
All right, some nice 2-year-old fillies here in the second race to kick off the early pick 4. We get back out to the turf course on the Exceller with the rail at 70 feet here in the third race, claiming $16,000. Never won 2 lifetime, going a mile in a 16th. And all what a summer trainer Horacio De Paz and Sagamore Farm are having. 30% winners here for De Paz and all the 12. All I care about rider change make it Alex Cintron on the 12 with the weight at 124. But a decent comeback race at Monmouth last out. A good third that day, coming off a long, 15-month layoff now. De Paz, 62% with a positive ROI from a small sampling, second off the layoff. This horse had talent when he was younger. At this level, second off the layoff, I think he gets back in the top form today.
He showed a lot of potential, no doubt at 2. Something obviously want to miss. He's come back. Not a bad return whatsoever. He's going to be strung out. He doesn't have a lot of speed. I'm sure he'll try to drop it and make one run. I'm just concerned if he's going to get enough flow up front stand to set things up for his late kick. I think the 7 Cent Calm. The blinkers off is the key for this horse. He whistled last time visually. Go back and watch that race. I know it was a race taken off the turf, transfer to the main track. That's as good as he's run. I think he can come back to that Pimlico race. You see it there with the blinkers off against Just Howard, Belgian, and Surprise Twist, that triple key race. This is the right kind of company. I think Cent Calm wins right back.
Yeah, that was a tough race at Pimlico. I'm just seeing that. Yeah, Just Howard's come back to win a couple stake races, so that was a strong race there. Centcom, 0 for 5 on the turf, but was running against some tough maiden special weight company. You get the leading rider, Victor Carrasco. I respect all that. I use him in my top 4. Let's see, we both like the 5 here. Papa Pablo from the now Seville barn. Sheldon Russell riding well all summer, and this horse had a nice win coming off the pace here at Laurel on the turf back in April.
He did. He was able to get a little bit of position early from the 10 post. He drops in a little bit today. He's got even more tactical speed than what he showed last time out. I think it was just hampered. Had to be, wisely taken over towards the inside early. You see the company lines. Kabang, he's one wild dude. Well, Kabang went up out of that race to go win at Saratoga.
Nice.
So, yeah, I think you got to respect the 5, Papa Pablo.
All right, who else here? The 8 on the outside here. The 8, Wild Dynaform. I thought this horse would run a lot better first off the claim for McMahon. Threw a clunker. Now gets back to the turf today. Ran a decent effort on the turf 2 starts ago, and McMahon claimed this horse from Jack Fisher.
Agree. Katie Davis stays. Something just went amiss there. They hold the level. I'll give this horse another shot.
All right, let's take a look here at the 4th race to kick off the middle. Pick 4, also race 4 will kick off our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. All it costs is 20 cents. That allows you to spread out, get creative, take some long shots in some of the races. It's a nice sequence here for the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. It starts in race 4 here. Let's see, you're going to have 3 turf races here in the Pick 6 sequence today. Let's take a race 4. Also kicks off the middle Pick 4. We're going a mile and 1/16 on the main track. 25,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000. I go with the 6 here. Brighton Lane on top from the Kenny Decker barn. The barn's been doing well all year long here. They get Fergal Lynch aboard, a good second at this level last out in the slop. Now gets a horse 0 for 4 on a wet track. Now we get back to a fast track today here. Same level. Fergal Lynch aboard the 6. Brighton Lane, my top pick.
Yeah, I think the distance is fine for Brighton Lane. Did have a quick pace to run into last time. He's going to be, I don't know if he's going to get too far back. I don't know if he can match up that number. That's my biggest concern. Can he pair up that 75 buyer, what he produced on the sloppy seal track? I'll go with the 2. John Service trained DeGrom coming in, based out of Monmouth. Ran at Delaware last time. It was hampered. The speeds went 1-2 last time out at Delaware. I think this horse comes back and keys against the right kind of runners. Tactical enough, sits just off of it, gets the jump on the closers like the 6 Brighton Lane and the 7 Stand Guard. Roethlisberger might be your price horse, the 4 horse for Jamie Ness. Little hunch play, I guess, with football starting. I think stretching back out is going to be the key. I think this horse is forward a long way in here.
Yeah, a nice value there. 10-1. We'll get a decent price here on this horse. Edwin Gonzalez, he's come down here to Maryland this year, new rider in the colony. He's done well. Jamie Neff starting to heat up a bit. So we both like the same 4 horses there in the fourth race. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, both Keith and I like the late pick 5 today. That starts in the 5th race. We'll start with that right after this. Welcome back. Today the race is presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, Keith Fustel, on a beautiful opening day here to kick off the fall meet. Hope you can be with us here today. We have 5 races on the turf here for the 9-race program. 7 on the turf tomorrow and Sunday. We have 2 nice dirt stakes tomorrow. Football Sunday up in the sports bar. We're going to have the Baltimore Game Day Uncensored from 105.7 The Fan. Let's take a look here at the late pick 5 starting in race 5. It's an industry low 12% takeout on the late pick 5. Both Keith and I like it today. Keith, let's take a look here at your ticket first.
Yeah, pretty reasonable ticket. $24 to get you started for the weekend. And we're going to put our eggs in one basket in the 6th race. We're going to single the 5 limited view coming back here for Salzman back home at Laurel Park. Starting off in the 5th, 2 deep, the 1 Odlum and the 5 Intrepid Citizen. Intrepid Citizen just going great guns right now. Single the 5 in race number 6. We're going to spread in race number 7. I think the horse to beat, the horse that now is drawn in off the AEs monthly, the 15 for Delacour, will probably end up being your favorite. And clearly the horse is probably going to be the one to beat. But I'm going to spread in there. There's some horses that are bred to handle the turf. I think they're going to be okay. We're going to go 6 deep, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 15 in race number 7. 2 deep in the last 2, the 5 and the 7. Legends Hope, your price shot in race 8 with Jump Jive and Whale, and race 9, the 1 and the 6.
All right, I like your ticket. Very affordable, $24 play. Let's take a look here at my late pick 5 ticket starting race 5. It's a $32 ticket here. I have 2 singles. Let's start here in race 5. That's a nice 7,500 starter allowance going 2 turns on the grass. I go 4 deep here in this race. Could the 1 Odlum go right to the front and go all the way? We'll see. But like you said, the 5 Intrepid Citizen is in very good form. He's won his last 2 in a row here at Laurel. And I throw a couple other horses in there. 7 Awesome Bill at a big price, and the 9 Barney Rebel at 3-1. You have to respect that runner. And race 6, the 5 Limited View could be a special filly here for John Salzman Jr. She was very impressive in her debut win here at Laurel. They took her up to Saratoga against Grade 2 company And you see the half there, 45-2. She might have gone 44 and change the way she ran that early half mile. She had to come. I don't think she didn't go right to the front. She made a big early move in that race in the Adirondack. So now she gets to Allowance Company here with the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado. So I like the 5 limited view. We both single on that filly. Race 7's a nice maiden special weight, going 5.5 on the turf, and I use 4 runners in there. The 15 is a powerful horse that draws in off the AE. The 15 monthly for trainer Arnaud Delacour. Make sure you know that the 15 monthly runs in race 7. That horse is going to be one of your likely favorites in there. And then I'm going to single on the 7 in race 8, Jump, Jive, and Whale, the Maryland bred for Mary Epler, 4-year-old, looking for his second win in a row here at Laurel, going a mile. I'll single on Jump, Jive, and Whale, going 4 deep there in race 9. That's a nice open 75, 2 turns on the grass. The one prime time man, my top pick in there, but I'll go 4 deep in there. Nice finale to close off the day. Let's take a look here. A bunch of nice turf routes today, including race 5, a 7,500 starter allowance, 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the bowl game. Rail setting at 17 feet here, and we have a video spotlight of the 5. Intrepid Citizen, the 7-year-old's won 2 in a row here at Laurel. Alex Cintron's been aboard for both of the wins.
Yeah, we're going to go back and watch the race, the 2-back win, which I think was even more impressive than his last race when he was up stalking the pace early on. Intrepid Citizen was down towards the inside, had to be shuffled back. You're going to pick him up there. The 3 that day going into the far turn. He was in good position early. He gets shuffled a little bit, and then we're going to sit, and he's just going to wait for room. Biding his time nicely is Flying Toby Childers and Racetrack Romance kind of pick up the pace to the outside. You see a couple other runners, but Cintron just does a great job of handling this horse. He relaxes him. He doesn't really panic at all behind a wall of horses. Now he gets the seam. He gets the seam leaving the 3/16 pole, and boy, does he respond. He's about 2 or 3 out of it, coming to the 8th pole, and just surges on through to get the win, going away late. Comes back. Much cleaner trip on August the 20th, was able to do it, winning clear again. Here's the kicker with Intrepid Citizen, though. Topped out, a lifetime best. He's 7 years old last time. He's won 2 in a row. He's proven he can handle the firm turf. He can handle the soft turf. He's tactical, especially in this field. There's not a lot of speed. But you're going to get 5-2 on him today, maybe 2-1 as opposed to that 6-1. From a better, that's the only problem with Intrepid Citizen today. You're not going to get that value that you've gotten the last 2 times.
Last 2 times. He's been almost 7-1 2 starts ago. So I respect him. We both try to beat him. We both use him in the exact. I guess we're both thinking the same thing here. Javion Toledo's going right to the front here on this 7-year-old Odlum for trainer Ramon. You say the last name.
Aguayo, I guess.
Aguayo. Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, right to the front from an inside post. This horse is paired up the last 6 races, 70 upper 70 Beyer speed figures. Has a lot of early speed. He's won 2 of his last 4.
Yeah, and looking at the race, Frisero used to have some speed. He just doesn't have as much as he used to. Racetrack Romance is to the outside, and these 2 ran August the 20th. They ran on the same course. They ran on the inner part of the turf course.
Right.
Odlum ran faster, ran quick early, and ran well late through the wire. I think he can go ahead and dictate here. He's shown his consistency. He doesn't need his own personal turf course, where I kind of doubted him a little bit. Thought he was a Delaware kind of a horse, and that was it. No, he came here and beat a decent field for 75. I think he fits here for the starter.
And then that last win here, I was on a yielding turf course. He likes a fast turf course, maybe even more dangerous with that early speed here on a firm turf course. So we both like the 1.59 here. Barney Rebel's always right there for Mary Epler. Caramonos should get a nice trip out there in the clear coming from behind. A 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. It's a nice race here. Barney Rebel's been in top form all year for trainer Mary Epler.
Absolutely. He hasn't quite followed through his last 2 like he had shown his prior races, the one at Pimlico and the first start back here in the summer at Laurel. If you're looking for a price, how about the 2 best available? Looks like this horse likes to strike at a big price. 5-1 last time, that's not good enough. You're going to get 15-1 today. I would definitely use this horse underneath in your gimmicks.
All right, it's a nice 7,500 starter allowance going 2 turns on the bowl game turf course to kick off that late pick 5 today. One of the features of the day, I'm very excited about this race. Full disclosure, I have a Freedom Child filly, so I'm rooting on the Freedom Childs, and it looks like John Salzman Jr. has a very fast filly here. The 5 limited view. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. 4, and we have a video spotlight of this filly's debut win. Very impressive here at Laurel Park with Edgar Prado aboard.
Yeah, you're going to go back to this debut race. Was well met. Was bet down just to about even money, and Limited View showed a good turn of foot right out of the gate and just dictated 22-4, 45-4, 57-4 the final time ridden out. But, the thing that just caught my eye is the last 3/16 of a mile. The way this filly just kind of just strides out, Stan. She kind of guides her further out in the better part of the racetrack. Horse is covering a lot of ground, and just second-place finisher, ran game as could be, but was just simply no match for Limited View. Went up there, tried the heavy heads up in New York, wasn't quite good enough. This is going to pick the confidence right back up for Limited View.
And she didn't have the best trip in the Adirondacks. You see the running line there. She wasn't in front early on, but she made a big early move. She was, I believe, head and head for the lead, turning for home, and with very fast early fractions. So she gets a big-time class relief here. There's some nice fillies in here, but Edgar Prado rides again for John Salzman Jr. How about the work last weekend here at Laurel Park, a half-mile 46 flat, the fastest of 93 works that day. So she's very fast. Hopefully they keep her together here in the paddock, and she's nice and calm going to the gate.
Yeah, if she is what she is in debut, who do you use underneath her, I guess, for your exotics? I went with the one as well. Her Cat will fool you. I thought this horse was pretty determined. Got a little help, from the speed either side. Came back late, but stumbling at the break at 4 furlongs, and to recover doing that, that was good. I like that, and the debut run for 32 was good enough. They're going to protect her and bump her up a little bit more this afternoon. I think fourth-place finisher out of that debut race came back to run fourth in the White Clay Creek, defeating Contrariety. Was in front of Contrariety, one of the runners you see in today's race.
Yeah, her Cat will fool you. Impressive to overcome all that adversity at Timonium and still win. We both like the 4 Deep Red here from the Damon Dill DeVico barn. Looks like a nice claim here. 2-year-old filly by Algorithms, almost won against Starter Allowance Company last out here. Right now we get Victor Carrasco to ride today.
Yeah, well, Cintron, he's comes off of that horse Deep Red, though. I was surprised that she was on the lead last time, Stan. I thought she could sit from just off of it. You go back to the debut run, she had a lot of trouble and closed up. So you look at that race, I don't think she's a need-to-lead type. So Limited View is pretty quick. I think she goes ahead and sets sail. It doesn't mean that Deep Red can't stalk and make a little move into it and hold a position underneath.
You throw the 6 in there, Contrariety from the Hugh McMahon barn. Yeah, nice win last out at Delaware. This horse, a 3-time winner. The only 3-time, there's no 2-time winners in the race. This horse has found the winner's circle 3 times early on out of 5 starts.
Yeah, she's run, and she's been able to do it and get those wins without running super fast.
Right.
That's the whole key. So kudos to that. Yeah, $67,000. She's already pocketed for a $10,000 purchase. A nice job by the connections of Contrariety.
Nice allowance race for 2-year-old fillies to kick off the late pick 4 here in the 6th race. Another maiden special weight here in race 7, going 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller turf course with the rail at 70 feet. This race for 2-year-old fillies, and there's some scratches in the race. Scratch to 1, Delta Pride. Also scratch to 10 in the 11. The 15 monthly runs off the AE. That's the only horse that draws in off the AE. Number 15 monthly, a $370,000 purchase at the Keeneland yearling sale. She's by Malibu Moon out of a More Than Ready mare. This is a Lael Stables horse trained by Arnaud Delacour. A bunch of nice works up there at Fair Hill. Do we have a rider on the 15
I
yet?
did not get one yet. No.
I didn't get it. Let me know if you guys have a rider yet on the 15. I just found out that she drew in. Still waiting to hear a rider on the 15 monthly in race 7. But a well-bred filly, Delacour draws in off the A, and the barn, 23% from an 81-horse sampling. 23% with a positive ROI with their debut runners.
Yeah,
Daniel Centeno. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Daniel Centeno, who's Delacour's main rider. Daniel Centeno rides the 15 monthly. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, monthly, the mare, Fun Fair, 2 for 3 on the turf. Won at First Asking, and then won at to Monmouth and won a stakes. I think broke the maiden in New York right out of the box. So she's probably going to take all the play in here of first time out. I think this horse is going to be prepared for Delacour. Now let's look for some prices maybe underneath a little bit. I use In Jail. I think In Jail is bred to handle the turf. You look at the bottom side. Yera was a great 2 stakes winner going long on the dirt. Maybe this horse will stretch out. Comes back, gets a little class relief after that race up at Saratoga. And a first-time starter, the 3. Count on Chloe for Kieran McGee. We talk about Kieran. He doesn't do a ton. I'm sorry, is this
Carla Mancilla?
Wait, Mancilla originally was McGee. Okay, in the early one. Okay, was McGee. Anyhow, out of a multiple stakes winning turf mare, Audacious Chloe. So I think this horse, who had a lot of speed, I think this horse could be a factor first time out.
I think Carlos Mencia with 2 live shots in here. How about him winning 2 races at the Big T, Vim, and he had another nice winner. So it's a good barn here. I like the 4, Oh So Lovely by Frisian Fire, out of a Not for Love mare. That says turf. I like that Carlos put 2 5-furlong works in the horse and then put some speed into the filly by giving her a 3-furlong bullet workout, 35-1 on September 4th. We get Luis Rodriguez aboard. I like the 4 here, Oh So Lovely, from the Carlos Mencia barn.
And I'm going to toss in the 8, Raspberry Swirl. Gary Cap again with a first-time starter. Lasix goes on as a fool to Linda Nin, who broke her maiden on the turf.
That's a nice maiden special weight here. I like the other Carlos horse, the 3 that you like. Count on Chloe there. Chauncey for Hammy Smith makes her turf debut here. She's been hanging around, a decent effort 2 starts ago here at Laurel on the dirt. Now tries the turf today. So
better suited, a little extra ground. Got going way too late at Timonium. I think that'll propel her into a better effort. The extra ground here. 5.5. Turf, looking at it, don't know a whole lot yet with the Jimmy Creeds on the turf. We'll have to wait and see how they pan out. But wouldn't surprise me if all this horse gets in the money.
I'm 4 deep here in this race on my pick 5 ticket, using the 3, 4, 8, and the 15. So a nice maiden special weight there to kick off the late pick 3 of the afternoon. Race 8, one of our features of the day, a first level allowance contest for Maryland breds. This is for Maryland bred or sired horses. First level allowance going a flat mile. We have a video spotlight here on the 7 Jump Jive and Whale, my best bet of the day here. This was in the slop. The horse likes the slop, but the horse likes the fast track as well. A 2-time winner going a mile. This race was against 25,000 starter allowance, 2 life. He's well spotted today against first level Maryland Bred Allowance Company for Mary Epler, Alex Centron aboard for the commanding win here in this race. This was back on August 18th, closing weekend before we went to the Big T. So Jump Jive and Whale in good form right now. He's fresh and ready for this race, second off the layoff. I'm going to single on him here, one of my singles on the late pick 5
Yeah, I think Jump Jive and Whale. I think he might even be a little bit better on a fast track, and I like him at this mile distance.
Hit it, send it. I'm sorry.
There's the stat. There's our stat of the day. Trainer Mary Epler at Laurel over the past 2 years, 3 for 11 with dirt route winners coming back within 30 days. Look at that ROI. $4.61.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to respect all that. So you like my key horse here?
I do.
Jump Jive.
I do. And I think last time out, Cinchon did a great job. Stayed close. This horse doesn't have a lot of natural early speed, but the flow was perfect with him, and he just kind of kicked off nicely through the last 3/16 of a mile. He's got a little bit more speed to run at today, which is going to enhance his run.
I throw the 8 Grecian Prince into the exact 5-2 here. Katie Davis and Hugh McMahon, a good second last out, going a mile against Maryland Bred Allowance Company. So this horse figures to be right there. 0 for 5 at this 1 mile distance, but that was a good second last out with the 67 buyer.
Yeah. My price shot's Legends Hope. I think coming back here with Forest Boys, much too close to the fast pace and down inside on the 19th. I don't say it was a dead negative day inside day on the 19th, but this horse could have definitely got an easier trip, and that was a tough trip. The company lines, I think, is back against a little bit softer competition as well. I think Legends Hope, reunited with Boyce, makes a better run from just off the pace, and you're going to get a square price, 10, 12 to 1.
I overlooked him a little bit, but you make a good point. The 7 furlong race, maybe just too quick early on. Clubman came back to win. Will He Be Mine? Nice allowance winner at Timonium last out. But the route races before that, the 2 races off the claim, were good efforts, and the race 2 back against Open Allowance Company. Good second there by 10 Hut. Good second to 10 Hut, who came back to win. So I overlooked the 5 altogether, but you get a nice 12 to 1 price there on the 5 Legends Hope. The 1 Legal President from the Trombetta barn. 3rd at Saratoga last out. Fergal Lynch aboard today for Trombetta. I like the 2 as well. 2 Blave. Jevion Toledo aboard for Kelly Rubley. Didn't run very well last out, coming out of the same Clubman Will He Be Mine race.
Yeah, Legal President. He's got some speed to it in his own right. I know 2 races back, Victory Chimes went right on the engine when winning over that sloppy sealed surface, closed in nicely. Saratoga against some quick horses up there. Flow is going to be right for Legal President. It's the mile distance for me. I think he makes a move into it. I think Grecian Prince is going to be right up there for the lead, as well as Vision of Green, a long shot for Damon. It's the last furlong for Legal President. It's got me concerned.
A long shot that catches my eye a little bit here. The 3 Fusion Exchange by Exchanger here for trainer Billy Campbell. Horses ran a couple decent races off the claim. A turf sprint 2 starts ago was okay, and then first time Lasix last out going a mile on the main track against Start Allowance Company, a decent third that day. We'll get a big price today. Stevie Hamilton stays aboard here for Billy Campbell.
Yeah, second time Lasix for Fusion Exchange, third time off the claim. I think maybe could have found a little bit easier spot, but yeah, if you like the horse, I'm not going to fault you. Use the horse, and you're going to get 18, 20 to 1 on this horse.
How about the 4 Horseshoe Harbor? A big win at Timonium, going a mile and the 16th, won by almost 9 lengths. 62 buyer might put him right there against this group, but this is a big step up from the nickel 2 life.
No doubt about it. They're reaching a little bit in here. A big sweeping move at Timonium, but this isn't a nickel 2 in life.
All right, let's turn the page here. One more turf race to go. Hope you're live in all your will pays as we go to race 9, and hope you're deep in race 9. I'm 4 deep here in the 9th race using the 1, 2, 6, 9. We're going a mile and a 16th on the bowl game with the rail at 17 feet, claiming 7,500. 3 and up. The 1 prime time man from the Kieran McGee barn, Alex Cintron, will ride. This horse dropping from 2 other than Allowance Company last out. That was the first race off the claim. Now a big drop here to open 75 to claim the horse for 15. Ran a decent race that day with some traffic, only beating a length and a half, dropping to the 75 today. An aggressive move. That's why these connections win a bunch of races.
They make you guess. Can they get them eligible for a starter and stay in the barn? I guess that could be part of the ploy here for the 1 primetime man. He had a horror trip 2 races back when he broke in the air. Then he kind of got stuck behind horses. We got out too late and was finishing well behind Nygon Express. I'm going to toss Nygon Express his last race. He had a horrific trip, wide every step of the way. He can drop in, get a little bit of cover, and I think he gets the jump on the 1 primetime man.
All right, so 1-6 for me, 6-1 for Keith there. The 6 Nygon Express, a sharp win 2 starts ago against Open 15, and yeah, just a wide trip last out. Kreiser, 29% winning trainers, won 103 races already today. Early September, and the guy has 103 paychecks on the year. So Kreiser, it's a nice win against 15,000 2 starts ago. Threw a clunker with a wide trip last out. Boom, right to the open 75. That's how you do it.
That's the way these guys with the bigger barns, they can manage them. That's why they win so many races at a high percentage. Yep, they're not scared to cut them in half.
Yep, the 9 Thurgood we both like. A decent second behind Odlum last out at this level on a yielding turf course. Jesus Bracho rides again. 7-pound apprentice here for George Diaz. Hopefully can get a sharp break on the outside. Maybe get a nice stalking trip laying second or third early on here.
And you know, it's still up for debate. We don't know what this turf course actually is going to be. I know we're labeled firm. I still think it might be hedging a little bit towards the good. We had so much rain in the Baltimore-Washington area over the last couple weeks. The course looks great, but Thurgood handled a little give in the ground last time out. Was game every step of the way behind Odlum and some other types. I think he takes up a stalking trip behind the 2 Glowing Ember and maybe the 4 Sweet Lamb, but he can hang around a long while, no doubt about it. And I think you'll still get an okay price, somewhere in that 8 or 10 to 1 range.
Yeah, Glowing Ember lightly raced this year, only 5 starts, 0 for 5. It looks like he got in good form last out for trainer Leah Garamati. A good second at 14 to 1 against Open 12-5 at Monmouth. That was coming off a brief freshening. Now running right back here with Pimentel. Should get a nice forwardly placed trip from the inside.
Absolutely. And we maybe show the pick 5 tickets one last time. We've got 2, right? 2.
Yep.
You've got one. I've got one.
We both like them. It starts in race 5 today. Kicks off the late pick 5 with that low takeout. Keith, here's your ticket.
Absolutely. Do not get shut out on this bet. Early, late, it doesn't matter at Laurel. They all hold good value. Here's my ticket. 2 deep to get it started in race 5. The 1 and the 5. We're going to go ahead and single. Everybody's single, I guess, is limited view. If you can go ahead and stretch it, go 2 deep in there. And limited view gets beat, and you got the winner. It's only a $48 ticket, so if you got the funds, don't be scared to do it. 6 deep in race 7, wide open turf race. Remember, the 15 does come in for Delacour. 2 deep in the 8th with the 5 and the 7, and in the 9th, the 1 and the 6.
All right, let's take a look here at my ticket. Late pick 5 starts in the 5th race here. $32 ticket for me. I go 4 deep in race 5. I like the 1, Odlum, right to the front, but Intrepid Citizen in good form. So is the 9, Barney Rebel. Maybe the 7, Awesome Bill, at a big 10 to 1 price with Katie Davis aboard. I'm going to single on the 5, Limited View, the Maryland bred filly for John Salzman Jr. there in race 6. That's a nice allowance contest for 2-year-old fillies. Race 7, a nice maiden special weight. Delacour is going to be tough with the 15 monthly. I go 4 deep there in the 7th race, and then I'm going to key on the Mary Epler 4-year-old Maryland-bred jump, jive, and whale, looking for 2 in a row here at Laurel Park. I'll key on the 7 in race 8. Race 9's a nice 7,500 two-turn turf race. I'm going to go 4 deep in there. The 1 Primetime Man, the favored on the class drop for Kieran McGee, but I'll use 3 other runners as well. The 2 Glowing Ember, nice 8-1 price there. So I'm 4 deep there in race 9 for my late pick 5 ticket. Your best bets, the early pick 5 starts in race 1. That's a mandatory payout always, and the late pick 5 starts the last 5 races of the day, has carryover potential. No carryover today, but both pick 5s your best bet with that low 12% takeout. The fall meet starts today. It's a 60-day meet. 44 stake races. The first 2 are tomorrow with the Chaladon and the Shine Again. Almost $4.5 million in purses. 6 Super Saturdays. The first one next Saturday, the Fall Festival of Racing. 6 stakes on the turf. The Grade 3 to Francis Dash, presented by Express Bet. Maryland Million in October. Ben's Cat Tribute Day in November. What a fall meet we have coming up.
It's going to be the best we've had in quite some time, I'm sure. I'm really looking forward to it. And from a gambler, you've got to love what we're going to offer throughout the next coming months. If this turf course stays in shape, the weather cooperates, as we talked about it earlier, you could be in for some really good rewards at the window, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Handle up 25% during the summer meet. The average daily handle was a little over 2.7 million. That was in the summer meet. Now with these big fields on the turf and all the big days this fall, we could hit around 3 million a day average. That would be something else. Let's see what else. All the to check out all the events coming up, go to the website laurelpark.com. Dave Robbins coming up next with all today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.